Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Too Opinionated. I'm so excited today. I've got singer-songwriter Akelee with me. So welcome, Akelee.
Hey there, everyone.
I've been listening to your music. What a voice. You got an amazing voice.
Oh, thank you so much, Michael.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, it's very emotional, and it causes you to feel some emotions. Very sultry.
Yeah. I'd say it definitely. I've been singing all my life, and as I keep growing, my music definitely is more emotional. It's just honest music,
Yeah.
and it comes from my spirit, comes from my soul. So yeah,
Kind of tells a story.
yeah, it does. Tells true stories, life stories, moments that I'm in at the moment when I'm writing the song. It definitely takes you on a journey, and it connects to, I think, everyone, and
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, I think that's so terrific. So let's start this way. Tell me a little bit about what got you into music. What made you want to become a musician?
Okay, let's talk about it. I was a little girl, and I feel like music chose me.
Yeah.
I was a little girl. My mom, she was a singer, and when she was younger, and so of course, me coming along, she's like, "Sing Aretha, sing Patty," and I'm just like, "Okay," And I found myself
She's starting you
always,
out right.
yeah, no, she did. I'm so grateful because she gave me so many tools, so many acts to reach for, and then you know what? She was really strict too. So if you didn't hit that note right, she's like, do it again. I call her my Joe Jackson for sure. So she wasn't going for it for sure.
That's
So
some of that tough love.
tough love for sure. And I just would sing day in and day out, and I didn't even know that music was that I didn't even know that there were studios and that it was a business. I just
Yeah.
knew that I loved to sing.
Yeah, that's so great. Did you sing like through school or through church? What were you involved in?
Man, I remember I remember everyone at the school knew I could sing. I don't know how earlier years, everyone always knew I could sing. And so all the talent shows, I was thrusted into the talent shows, but I was scared. I was a shy little girl. So everyone will say, sing. I'll go to my grandmother's house and she'd say, my granddaughter's here, sing for everybody. And I'd say, oh,
Oh, that's pressure.
oh no, and in fact, I think my first real uh, going through this thing in front of people for real was American Idol at 17.
Yeah, and that was like season one. Is that right?
Season one, I was just a baby. No one had heard of the show, so it was
Yeah.
this new thing, and my first time being on in front of cameras and judges and the whole shebang. So
Yeah, no pressure.
no pressure at all.
I mean, it would almost make it a little bit easier in that they were trying to figure out kind of what they were doing too. I think,
Yeah,
because it was so new.
yeah, it made it easier. The only thing is it was such a high speed thing. So it was
Yeah.
like go over here, sing over here, audition for over here. Now you're in Hollywood. Now you're doing this, and then all of a sudden you're watching yourself on TV, and you're just like, oh, wait a minute. So it was pretty
Yeah.
big, pretty
That's
big.
crazy. But you got to go in front of the judges.
Yes, I did. I did. I
Were they
did.
tough on you or did they give you props?
Actually, they weren't tough on me like that. They
Yeah.
were they were giving me props. I'm so grateful. They were very loving. I was called Little Whitney while I was singing. So everybody, I was like one of the youngest, but at the same time, one of the ones who was really belting out and singing,
Yeah.
scared but singing.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, I had a good
Yeah.
time.
Looking back, that season had some really talented people
Yes, it
on
did.
there that have went on to become kind of amazing singers. But we didn't know it at the time. We're listening like, oh, that's pretty good. But now looking back, you were in there with some competition.
I was, and at such a young age, totally unprepared, totally didn't know what to expect, but it was a beautiful experience that I'm so grateful for. It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, that's terrific. So what did that lead to? Once you were done with American Idol, where did you go from there to kind of further your love of music?
I after American Idol, I went on a little journey. I joined the round the way girl groups, rehearsing in someone's garage for a while, and the build up of becoming. I did the shows, at this place, but just I think it was more of a learning, grooming stage.
Yeah.
The last girl group that I was in, we actually we recorded with all the top producers, all the top writers. So that led me to learn how to songwrite. So now it was like from this little baby girl who knew she could sing and loved to sing, but now introduced to the business side of it and learning how to write, learning how to sing in the mic and record, and
Skills you need.
skills you need. Kind of like school for
Yeah.
music, front class, front of the desk class for this thing. So yeah.
Well, so have you discovered that you're a talented writer?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I've done a few things. I've gotten to write for some incredible artists outside of myself.
Yeah.
Gotten to work on several TV shows and TV commercials, and
I know that's a fun side of the business, I think, the commercial thing, because you did Pepsi, Disney.
Yes, I have. Yes,
Yeah.
I have. Yes, I have.
How does that work? Do you submit a song or do you make songs for a catalog and they pick them out? How does that connection work?
So my journey's been a little bit different. That is the way you do it. But I think my blessing along the way, I just always record it. And then you'll get a call that says, hey, we've been looking for you. Your song's in this Old Navy commercial, and we need to know where to send your, and that's happened to me more than a few times. So, but the proper way is you go through creating a catalog,
Yeah.
submitting, and working on different commercials and TV slots. But mine just kind of went the back way.
Well, yeah, because like looking at your social media and stuff, it just seems like you just love to sing. So you're just at the drop of a hat, you're into a song.
I just love to sing, and I think, like I said, I think music chose me, and now I'm just hopping in the car with it and going along the way, and saying, okay, what shall we do? What can I use this gift to make better? And I'm just going along with it now.
Yeah, I think that's so great. And you have written for some amazing people. I saw Faith Evans, right?
I have.
Yeah.
I have.
How did those connections come about?
I had a producer friends. I had a nice producer. His name was Mars, and I was writing for my album, and he pulled me to the side. He said, "Hey, Faith is actually working on her album. Would you come in here and see what you can come up with?" I remember going to the session, and I sat down, I heard the music, I wrote, the song, and I had to leave. Next thing you know, I got the call. This is her song on her album. So that's pretty much the magic of that. And afterwards got to go in sessions with her. And yeah.
Really? Yeah, that's pretty good. Is it difficult seeing someone else sing something that you've created, or is it like, wow, that was amazing?
It's fun. It's fun because I'm also a vocal producer, and I'm a lover of music, all kinds of music. I'm a lover of voices. As a child, I listened to Whitney, and I listened to these people and Shania Twain on how they phrase certain things. So when I'm hearing another singer sing back, I can kind of really, really get in there with them and say, okay, look, how about make this S sound like this? Elongate this O. And I just love sound.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So fun. It kind of gets so they were open to a little bit of collaboration as far as the song they're putting. That's pretty great.
Yes.
Yeah. So now you're ready to release your own
I
music.
am.
Yeah.
I am. Finally, I've been asked.
So
Yeah.
it's time.
Yeah, it's time. I mean, I'm the girl that set for years creating. I have so much music, so many different songs, and I really I just created a body of work that I just believe that I can no longer hide or
Right.
sit in my computer. And I
Why
think
would
that
you
it's
want to?
so, yeah. So it's like, let's give this and let's share this.
Yeah,
So
it's terrific. So the first single is Carry Me.
Marry Me.
And it comes out tomorrow, right? Like, so
It
we're interviewing
comes,
on the 28th, so it comes out on the 29th.
it comes out on the 29th. I'm so excited about this record. I really am. When I wrote this record, it was so special. I remember hearing it first thing in the morning. Uh, my producer partner, Paul, he sent the music over, and because he was actually in Singapore
Oh,
and I was in California, so we worked on
a
this
little bit of a
song.
time difference there.
Yeah, exactly. So he probably worked on it, in the nighttime and sent it at night. But by the time I got it, it was morning time, for me. And I received the music for the song. And when I received it, it just touched my soul. I instantly heard how it was supposed to go, you know?
Yes.
And I waited. I tried to get in the studio right away, or in my music room right away in the house. And I just kept being distracted, kept being bored. And I was like, all I want to do is go record this song. By the time I got in there, it was late at night. And I was just so withered. And I sat there and I remember I just opened my mouth. And what you hear is exactly that on Carry Me. I just spoke.
Amazing.
I didn't have a pen. I didn't have a paper. I just sung how I felt.
Well, you did a great job. It sounds amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, it's really good. So what's the story behind it? What is Carry Me about?
Well, as I stated, that day was a rough day for me, But as seasons can be a rough season for people, it's
Sure.
just so many things going on that by the time when I heard that song, it just carry me through the pain, carry me through frustration, carry me through everything. And I'll tell you even a little bit deeper. My partner Paul, he had lost his wife
Oh,
earlier this year.
yeah.
So from his perspective, from his, piano and his emotions on it was just grief. And just he was in that state too. We hadn't even talked about what would be the subject line or the topic, or I just heard and I felt what he felt.
Right.
But I felt the same way in a different space. And so I think this song just represented the mental things we go through, the heartache we go through. And it also brings a sense of light and hope that says, okay, I can get through this. This is my let off, but now we're going to get up and go. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes through. That was what I was going to say. It takes you on that journey, very emotional, very difficult, kind of trying, but it has that little message or that little glimmer of hope in there as well, which I think makes it a really, really great song.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's it been like now that you're on the verge of releasing it? What has that been like? Are you nervous? Are you excited? What are the emotions like?
I think all of us creators, all of us artists, we'd be joshing you if we said we were nervous. I'm really excited to get it out. I'm really excited for this because this is so true to me. It's so vulnerable. It's such an honest space for me. At the same time, it's like you go through the thoughts that say, oh, this is different from what you've written, this kind of music, or you've done this thing in the past. And it's just like, but this is who I am. So anytime you're being authentic in yourself, and that's always a little like, ooh, are they gonna? But I'm excited to get it out. So
yeah,
if that
there's some relief there. And no matter what the response is, I think just having that out and being truthful to who you are, that's kind of great by itself. But
It
it's going to
is.
do terrific. It's a great song.
Oh, thank you so much, Michael. I'm excited.
Yeah, you
So
should be.
excited.
Do you are you musical in other ways? Do you play any instruments?
You know what? Being honest, I don't. I try. I
Yeah.
own guitars, I own pianos, and I sit there and I can play a few songs, but I'm not, I think I'm gonna be honest, I put all of my energy into singing,
Yeah.
songwriting. I really perfected that, and I'm continuing to grow. But I really put all of my focus on songwriting. I record myself, so
That's
I
not easy.
engineer. I do engineer
Yeah.
my own sessions, and I yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty time consuming because never mind all the stuff that goes into making the song, but then the
Right.
after part where you're doing the editing, the engineering, that
Oh,
takes time.
and see, and that's all me. And also, I am like a business girl, so I'm into the, what does this contract say? I'm sitting with my attorney, and I'm like, well, let's say this, so I'm
Yeah.
hands on, and in the photography, I'm hands on, and and yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
hands on
you're
girl.
so busy. I know you're so busy. And did I see you you have or you did have a residency too at the Roxy?
I did. A few
Yeah.
years back. That was a terrific experience. I had what was it, a 7-piece band?
Nice.
Story on that is when I first, this is for all the independent newcomers out there. When I first got on that show, it was a piggyback on someone else's show, kind of like an opening up.
Yeah.
And they didn't even put me on the flyer. Like they didn't think anything of it, but I practiced as if I was the headliner. And I
Good
got
for
the
you.
band together, and I went out there, and the day of that show, we had so many people show up, and they were all standing outside, and they're screaming, and we opened that show. And when I was finished, everyone was ready to leave. And the owner and the person who ran the Roxy, they said, you want to come back every Friday and we can give you.
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah. So the thing is, always never think small of anything,
Yeah.
and always, because you never know what can come about that.
Yeah. Roxy's kind of big time. They're kind of that's a
Nice.
big gig.
It was nice. It was very, very nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Because isn't you'll have to remind me, but isn't in right there around Hollywood?
Yeah, it's on Sunset, right there
That's
in
what I thought.
Hollywood,
That's what I
in
thought.
the middle of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. What an
Mhm.
experience.
It was. It was. And so I'm excited because I'm a performance girl. And so I'm excited to get back out here and start these shows. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was my next question. Do you plan to tour or to do some shows?
Yes, I do. Our tour dates and everything, they're not all the way together yet, so I don't want to mention anything just yet. But yes, and look forward to it, because that is where I live, is
Yeah.
live performances on stage, bands, and I'm excited. I'm
I know
excited.
we need to get you out to Mountain Stage here in West Virginia.
Let's do it. I'll be there. I'll
Yeah,
definitely be there.
we need to work that out. That's it's a radio broadcast, pretty worldwide known, that they do on like the Sunday night, but they do it live. They'll bring in several groups and they do some music, and I don't know, it's pretty big. I think you do well on that.
Well, maybe we'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out.
Well, like,
I might as well add something to your plate.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, I'm gearing up to do quite a bit, but I'm excited. I think I can handle it.
Yeah.
I think I can handle it.
I saw you did some virtual concerts.
I did a few. I did a few. I love it, but I miss when the pandemic hit. We were all pushed into that world,
Right.
and that's fine. It's fun, but I love being able to feel that crowd and able to go out and touch and look and say.
A little
and
different energy.
it's a little different energy because, you know, with virtual, it's just kind of, don't mean to kill this vibe, but it's kind of like, you know, but live, it's special. Something that you can't
for
really
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely when you have an audience, you definitely pull whatever you're doing. You pull energy from the audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's for sure. So if you looking back, because you've been at this for a little while now, looking back, is there anything that you wish you had known back then that you learned along the way?
I just finished reading or just finished reading this book called War of Art. And one thing that stood out to me was he said, sit down and do the work. I've always done the work, but I think I wish I would have known that a lot of the other fluff didn't matter. You know what I mean? If you could have just sat down and just continued to-do list, knock it off. To-do list, knock it off.
A lot of distractions.
The distractions and the thoughts to say, oh, you can't do this, or you can't, you know, a lot of that's what I mean by the fluff too. A lot of the inside thoughts that come that say, oh, you need to have this, and this to do this. And it's just like, no, you don't. Just sit down.
I really, that connects with me. I really like that because I do something similar with that. When I start having that anxiety or those self-doubts, what helps me is just getting into it. You know, set your to-do list and just start knocking stuff off of the list. And that kind of keeps your mind right. And
haven't you noticed that things light up for you?
Yeah.
It's almost like when you take a step, the next stair lights up.
Yeah.
You know, instead of sitting there waiting, thinking too hard and talking yourself out of madness.
Well, that's it. Waiting around does not help.
It doesn't. and I found if you do as much as you can do, the other stuff comes.
Yeah. Yeah, so, that's actually really good advice.
So yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I would tell myself.
Well, I think that's good, and it works for whatever you're doing.
It does.
I think that's good advice.
It does. It really does. I don't care what profession you're in, what you're up against. If you just set yourself to-do list and keep knocking it off, something comes for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's really good. So Carry Me comes out on the 29th. What's coming next? Are you going to eventually put out an LP or an EP, an album? What comes next?
I have an album. I have recorded a beautiful, 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 I am so excited and proud of album. You know, I think what we're gonna do though is I think after Carry Me there might be another single.
Yeah.
That I would be excited. I kind of know which one, but either of these songs would just be exciting to me, you know, to put out and share. I think they're all magnificent. We're gonna do a single and see, you know, and do that thing, get out there, and I think we'll be putting out an album too.
I think that's exciting. I assume you would be kind of building up to that. And these singles, will they also be part of the album?
Oh yeah. This is just giving them a little taste of what to expect. Just a little taste.
You got to build up the anticipation a little bit.
Oh yeah, and present it to everyone too, and just get out there. So this is exciting times for sure.
Will you be doing like a music video with any of it?
You know, we do have some videos lined up as well. So it's just a whole surprise thing. It's gonna come. I'm so excited. It's gonna be an awesome thing for sure.
Yeah, you've got a busy rest of the year coming.
I do. I think I got a busy rest of the year and a busy bunch of years to follow.
Yeah. Well, I think so. You've got the type of talent that I think you're really just starting to scratch the surface. So I'm excited to see what comes next for you.
I'm so excited as well. I'm humbled by it all, and like you said, I just totally think that I'm just now beginning. I've done what I've done, but this is a whole new box that I'm opening.
Yeah.
You know, it's with this album, me actually stepping out and saying, all right, here I am. Like I think that's a big jump in itself. So here
Yeah,
we
of course
go.
it is. Of
Here we
course it
go.
is. How's what's the response been from family, from friends?
Oh, everyone's see, they've been on this journey with me for a long
Yeah.
time. And everyone's like, I knew it. You better go. Everyone's such the champions. They're just behind me, and they're antheming. They're just it's just it's almost like they're picking me up and saying, "You go, go for everybody, go for all of us, go, go, go." And so everyone's excited. Everyone's pre-saving.
Well,
They've
they've
always been
watched the
supporters.
journey, so
They
they
have.
know the work you've put in. So
They
that's great.
They have, and they've talked to me. They've spoken those encouraging words just so many times, you know.
Yeah.
And here we are, and I'm just like, all right, let's go.
It's
You
time.
know, so it's time. It's time.
I can't imagine what you would be doing, but what would you be doing if you didn't sing? If you couldn't sing a lick, what would you be doing?
If I couldn't sing a lick, ooh, okay. If I couldn't sing a lick, I'd probably want to help other singers
Yeah,
learn
I
how
kind of
to
figured
shine
you'd probably
bright.
still be doing something musical.
Something in the music for sure. Maybe I'd be an executive somewhere, signing little girls and guys to get in there and be a light for the world. Or you know what I wanted to be when I was younger. So I wanted to be a lawyer because I wanted to help people. I wanted to be a
Oh, very nice.
psychologist because I love talking to people and getting in there and figuring it out.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a flight attendant. This is all, it's a lot of stuff, but I'm being
Well, that's
honest
what
with
you
you.
do growing up, though. You find all these things that you would like to do, but something usually wins out.
Well, think about it like this. In music, you get to be honest and you get to talk about thoughts, psychologists, and you get to travel. That's the flight attendant.
Yeah.
And you get to rally for the people who don't have a voice. That's the lawyer.
Yeah, you check all the boxes. That's a really good way to look at that.
There we go. There we go. I put it together. I'm a musician, I'm a singer, and it works. And it works.
So as you're kind of launching your solo career, will you still be doing some of the other stuff? Are you still going to be writing for some people? Are you still going to be working on the commercials?
I think I love the commercials. That's something that I tapped in that was just so exciting. So I think
Yeah.
I'd always do commercials. You know, I think writing for others. I think I would do that too. You know, it'll be special projects that I really believe in,
Yeah.
that have a similar purpose of getting out here to the world. You know, and doing something positive. So I definitely would love to continue to write for others, but now the solo project, this thing is like front and center, and I think I'm gonna be running with the flag with this one for a while.
Oh yeah, it's going to keep you busy. What
This one,
about what about a little bit of acting? You know, could we see you like in a nightclub on a TV show singing at some point?
I think acting is definitely in my future. I think books are in my
Oh,
future.
really? So you write? Well, you write songs, so I guess
I
that would
write
make
songs.
sense.
I'm a transparent girl.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
books, things like that. I love reading. I love reading, and I think I have a lot to speak on that would help a lot of artists, just as I was or that I
Yeah.
am. I think, and not even just artists, but just people. You know,
I
I
love
think
it.
I have a lot of things that I can help with, contribute to. So, yeah.
Yeah. You're so positive and you stay so busy. It's very inspirational. But what do you do to relax? What's your downtime like?
Downtime. I I love food.
Yeah,
I
me
should,
too.
but I do. I like good food. I can't lie there. I like good food. So I like to cook.
Oh, very
I also,
nice.
yes, I love to cook. And then I
You love to
also,
cook, but are you a good cook?
oh, the thing is, I never had much time to cook, but I took a few years to really like try, you know, or
Yeah.
put my effort into it. And I'm telling you, I cook like someone's grandmother.
Ooh. Okay, now you're talking my language.
I'm just telling you, I figured that cooking thing out for sure. And I love cooking. And then I love to go to spas, places that are peaceful. I don't know, I love quiet and
Yeah.
water and sereneness. And then I don't know, I love dancing and stuff too. So a little bit.
Well, I think you have to have things that can take your mind off of what you spend most of your time on.
Right, right. And even in those moments, I'm thinking, okay, I gotta make this thing, I gotta do this, I gotta call. Matter of fact, watch the stove, I'll be right back. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's insane. I'm kind of like overdrive with music for sure.
Yeah, I think that's okay. It takes that type of hustle, I think, to really launch a career and get your stuff out there. So good for you.
It does. Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Well, Akelee, this has been terrific. I was so excited to talk with you. You're so talented. You have to come back down the road once you get this album out. You got to come back and give us an update. Tell us what's going on.
I'm coming back for sure, Michael. I'm so grateful for you, and I love this and what you do, and much
thank you.
Much to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that so much. So a couple little things before we wrap up.
Okay.
I think we've hit on everything, but is there anything else you're working on that we can kind of keep an eye out for?
You know what? This project right now, Carry Me, that's huge. That's that's the front right now. That's the front right now. If you guys haven't pre-saved it, go ahead and pre-save, or by the time they hear this, it might even be out. Go ahead and get Carry Me.
Yeah.
You know?
So where can they find it?
They can find this everywhere. It's going to be on Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music. It's going to be distributed everywhere. And also they can go to Akelee.com, and that's how they can follow. You can follow me and come along this journey with me, see where I'm going to be as far as shows and things, and it'll all be there. So that's www.akelee.com. So
yeah, and you've got a really nice website. It's really easy to navigate. It gives you some clips, some music, some video. It tells your biography. It's really nicely done.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So last thing, how about your other social media? Where can we find you on there?
You can find me on Instagram. That's Akelee World. You know, so you can find me there. You can find me on Facebook. I'm there. I love new friends. And you can find me on Twitter. I'm there too. All of those are under Akelee. It's so easy to find.
Have you hit TikTok yet?
I have not. And I feel like I should.
You should.
Sometimes I feel like I should, and then I find myself busy. So I say I don't know if I'd have time, but maybe, who knows?
All those little videos of you just singing in the moment, those little clips, you can put those on TikTok too.
All right. Michael, I might have to take your advice on this one. And I'll make
this is coming from a guy that is absolutely terrible with TikTok. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
I'll make sure. I'll tell them, you know what? Michael told me to get on. So I'll make sure I shout you out on this one.
Yeah. You got to let me know. We'll try to grow together on there.
Okay. That'll be our thing. Teamwork. Okay. Teamwork all the way.
Well, thank you so much, Akelee, and definitely let's do this again.
Okay. Thank you so much, Michael.
Oh, you're so welcome. Okay. Hold on one second. All right. So that was the talented Akelee. Please do yourself a favor. Check out the new release, Carry Me. It'll be out on July 29th, which was probably when you're listening to this is a few days ago. So definitely, if you haven't heard it yet, go find it. I know you're going to love it. She has an amazing voice, tells a really good story through songs. Very, very emotional, very uplifting as well. So check that out. And, she went through her social media. She's got a really nice website. You can find her there. I don't think we mentioned YouTube, but I found clips of her on YouTube as well. So definitely check those out. If you haven't done so yet, we can use your help here at Too Opinionated. We're trying to grow the show. Unbelievably, we have 500 episodes in sight. I can't believe that we've been doing it long enough to be there. In order for us to keep bringing these terrific guests from the musical industry, from the entertainment industry, in order for us to keep attracting those guests, we need subscribers. I wish I didn't have to say that, but I do. We need them. So if you haven't done so yet, if you could help us out, if you're watching on YouTube, MeisterCon Pod, just hit subscribe. It's free. Doesn't cost you a thing. If you're listening, same thing. Whatever device, wherever you're listening from, subscribe. That would really help us out. And then we can take those to potential guests and say, here's what we have to offer. It really does make a difference. So if you could do that, if you're so inclined, we'd appreciate that. You can find all of our episodes, audio and video, on our website, meistercon.com. If we're doing anything in studio, if we're going on location, if we're covering a convention, if we're going to a concert, it's all going to be on the website, meistercon.com. So you can definitely check us out there. Thank you guys so much. Until next time. Bye, everybody.